voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your wah 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 wah. Lift it up.
Hey y'all, hold on. How y'all doing? Hold on, y'all. The ghetto.
It's over there.
My bad. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday. How are you guys doing? I hope y'all are doing well. Get on in and get the likes up on the video. We got a few things to discuss today. I'm not as discombobulated as I was yesterday, but dear God, I'm here. Sorry, let me pin my link. Happy Thursday, y'all. Let me see. Do I look crazy? I feel like I look crazy. I look like a truck driver. Let me see. Let me see how I look. I look like a truck driver, girl. I look like I drive an 18-wheeler. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday. We got a few things to discuss. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the Morning Joce. I am your host, Voodoo Doll TV, and we do this every Friday. Well, not every Friday, every day, Monday through Friday. So make sure y'all pull over, and pop out so y'all can see what the doll over here talking about, okay? Yeah, I do look like I'm about to go deliver pizza. Girl, I sure do. You know who I look like? You remember in the Home Alone movie? Remember the white boy who came deliver the pizza? Mm-hmm. And when the little clear boy said, keep the change, you filthy animal, that white boy had a hat on like this. Oh, anyways, y'all hit the link. Black Americans versus everybody, huh? I do look like the clear boy who delivered the pizza. Girl, I do. Looking so crazy. It's giving Amazon. Oh, no, not y'all frying me up. Hold on. Say good morning first before y'all get to frying me. Hold on. Lloyd. Come in and say good morning first. Then fry me. Don't fry me off the cup. Damn. Lord, as soon as I come off this bitch, here y'all go. Boo, you look so bad. Oh, Lord. Look. Soon as I get on here. Oh, girl, Boo, you look so bad. Oh, my God. Happy Thursday. Boo, what's up? Shout out to everybody in the building. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Who said Ray's Delivery Pizza? What the shirt say? Hating me won't make you pretty. Cute. I needed this shirt to cover the hat because they just dragging me. Anyways, but happy Thursday. Shout out to everybody in the building. It is the Morning Joce. We got a few items to discuss today, but before we do that, let's get into the morning announcements. The morning announcement goes as follows. If you're new to the channel, then you've never heard this. If you came here before, then I'm going to say it again. Right now, Black America, the most important thing we need to be dealing with is genealogy. We need to be doing our genealogy. Okay, because that is very imperative for where we are today in this spiritual warfare. You need to know who you are. If you don't know who you are, how you gonna know where you're going? If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and you get what I'm saying? So you got to go find out who you are. And the only way to do that is through genealogy. No textbook from the schoolhouse is going to show you that. So please, Black America, do your genealogy, okay? Also, on top of genealogy, Black America, I also need you guys to pray, meditate, and ground. Pray, meditate, and ground. That is very imperative for y'all because it keeps me grounded. It makes me feel so much better. I was outside a little bit too long today. That's why I'm a little late. So excuse me. But ultimately, I'm here. Dear God, I'm here, you know. But ultimately, y'all, we got to get back to God. We got to get back to the Most High. That's the most important thing. He's waking his people up. Wake your duck ass up now. Wake up. So we got to get into that. Bathe is the new wave. Black Americans versus everybody. There's a link pinned to the top of the chat or the bottom of the chat, wherever it is. Make sure y'all hit that if you want to support the dog. Get you a little merch. You know what I'm saying? I also have the My Ancestors Don't Play About Me. That's the shirt I should have wore today, but I'm gonna make some tweaks on it. But anyway, make sure y'all pull up and get the My Ancestors Don't Play About Me gear too, okay? And I am working on some other stuff. Just give me a second. I'm a one-man show. But I am the Swiss Army knife of YouTube. So stop acting crazy. You know how I go. You know what I'm saying? We work hard, like these Africans about to tell us. But anyway, as far as the show, what are we talking about today? Well, Vu, I'm glad you asked. We're talking about Snoop Dogg. So apparently Snoop Dogg is under fire because he had a concert with strippers on stage and had a child on stage. Now, a lot of you are going to say, oh my God, this is horrible. And it is. But you got to understand rituals and how this works. So obviously the child goes on stage. It goes viral. Snoop comes out and responds. And we talk about it, but yet and still the ritual is complete. We'll deal with that when we get to it. We have an update on Chef Marilyn, the lady who I told y'all them Negroes went down there and stole that lady restaurant. That lady responded to the people saying that they only wanted to help her. We got to get into Chef Marilyn and get the news out about that. Erica Campbell. Oh, that's a dirty girl. That's a dirty girl. Now, you know, Tina Campbell's husband just came on here and said he was divorcing her after 27 years of cheating. Not 27 years of marriage. After 27 years of cheating, he decided he had enough. So, you know, her husband just came over here and said he was divorcing her. Why is Tina over here saying God sent her the right wedding coordinator? Girl. These hoes don't play and they don't play fair. We gonna get into that. Kids and, oh, they found some bodies and some babies. Oh, we got to get into that. We'll get to it when we get to it. And we got to get on Pink Face. Pink Face need a pink ass whoop. Pink Face all up through these people Foot Locker, acting the ass, knocking stuff down all off the shelves. And I was trying to play it coy. I was trying to play it nice. But today, we going to get into it. Pink Face need her ass whipped. That's the segment. And then we obviously got to get into what you see on the thumbnail, which is Africans in the scam that they play on Black Americans. Okay? You gotta know that Africans play this scam on Black Americans to where they come to America and they take on this new ideology as far as identity, right? So if you've never traveled outside of America, Black America, if you've never traveled outside of America, and let me just refine this a little bit more. If you've never traveled outside of America and went beyond the beach, if you ever travel outside of America and go beyond the beach, you'll see how people recognize you, how they deal with you, how they talk to you, how they even address you. And what you'll know is when you leave America, nobody calls you a Black American. They just say you're the American. And it's very prevalent over there in Africa too. But for some odd reason, when they come to America, it's we are the same nigga. And it's all the scam. It's a sham to steal your inheritance. So we're going to get into that and a couple other things. So get on in here, get the likes up on the video, and shout out to everybody. Also, I had got my little thing in the mail asking me if I wanted to update my life insurance or whatever. Do y'all have y'all life insurance? Make sure y'all have life insurance. Don't nobody want to be putting no GoFundMe's up. You see what I'm saying? Please get your life insurance together. I don't know why I saw it before I came live. And some said, when you get on here, say it. Somebody need to hear it. So whoever needs to hear it, girl, get the life insurance together. People don't be frying no fish to get you in the ground. Ain't nobody got time for that. People do not want to have to fry fish, play cards. You see what I'm saying? Do all that to get you in the ground. I'll tell you what. Niggas gonna start donating bodies to science. I'm gonna show you. Girl, look, I asked my brother years and years ago, because this nigga is a crash dummy. Listen to me and listen to me good. I called that nigga and say, bro, you got them churn around there. You a crash dummy. You might as well let me put a little something on you. That nigga said, hell no, I ain't let you. That nigga cut up. And you know what I said when I talked to my mom after that? I said, you know what? Anything happens, we just gonna donate that nigga to science. Ain't nobody got time. Nigga, you want to act a fool? And I don't know what he thought I was going to do. Get his head popped off? Oh, nigga, please. Wasn't nobody about to do all of that. But you know how people be. People be so upset that you might get money after they dead. That's crazy. That boy said, hell no. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. We're gonna donate your motherfucking ass to science, nigga. Let them clears get a hold of you. Make you a cadaver. Anyways, I don't know why that came up. Let's move on. I'm not gonna donate the body. That one, who knows? They better not say I'm in charge. They bet that one, now this the one a year younger than me. Me and that nigga is like Earl and Vinegar. Listen to me and listen. If I'm in charge, who? Baby, I might drop him off to the science lab. Girl, what is you saying? This one here? Girl. Now the other one, that's different. This one, shh. Don't donate, girl, please. The way this nigga been annoying me since we was sure. Let me tell you, my little brother. Let me tell you what he did to me when I was 16. You know, I got my first job at McDonald's, right? And this shouldn't be y'all business, but we're here now. So I got my first job at McDonald's on top of the manager who was stealing from us because we wasn't counting our registers until I got there. But on top of the manager stealing from us, I remember one time my brother came into the McDonald's and was like, hey, yo, give me a hamburger, right? And I didn't have no money to buy him one. I was like, I can't afford it. And he was like, I'm hungry. Cutthroat nigga. Look at my duck ass. I steal a hamburger off because back then the hamburgers used to be in the bin. So I grabbed him a kitty burger, not even a big burger, like a kitty burger, and I slid it across the counter. But the girl who was stealing from all of us caught it. And you know how you know you about to get fired. So she caught me on the camera and came to that thing. It was like, and when she did that, like my heart dropped. Now, mind you, this is my first job. Long story short, I get fired from my job. I leave out there crying. Man, me and this nigga get to walking home, and I'm like, I lost my job trying to give you a hamburger. This boy laughed at me straight in my face and was like, so, you lost your job. Girl, you know when I called him, I beat him down. You got to know that. But it took me a while. But after I beat him down, I thought it was going to make me feel better, but it didn't, you know? And this is just a relationship. So if I say I might donate that nigga, please understand, this goes back a long way. I love my brother, but this goes back the long way. This the one I told y'all was ribbing me at the school, saying, 1 bitch, 2 bitch, 3 bitch, 4. That one. That's the same one. This nigga is hell. Listen, girl, you come get the nigga. I'll tell you that. You come get him. Anyways, because that's a little rant. Let's get into it. If y'all know about that story when I told y'all he ribbed me at school, girl, and had the whole school laughing at me, girl. Thank God. You know what, though? That gave me the tough skin. That's why I'm here today. That's why y'all can drag me down to the ground in here. Now I ain't tripping, you know? I done had worse. Mm-hmm. Girl, but let's get into the show. I want to get into a couple of honorable mentions before we get into everything, you guys. I miss y'all. Happy Thursday. I just want to say, if you hate me, I hate you too. Yeah. And that's just the way it goes. I want to get into this, though, really quickly. Oh, my God. Now, this hit me hard yesterday when I saw this. Did y'all know Big Poppa died? Kim Zolciak, her little sugar daddy? Oh, my God. First of all, let's get into Big Poppa. Now, if y'all don't know what's going on, Kim Zolciak is a clear woman who was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? But that very first season, she had this very rich, we didn't know what he looked like, but his name was Big Poppa, okay? So look, on the show, I'll never forget, she called Big Poppa and was like, oh, Big Poppa, I want a car. And Big Poppa was like, whatever you want, babe, whatever you want, sweetheart, whatever you want. And I remember Kim was like, do I know if they selling this car to me at a good price? No. But am I driving off the lot with it? Yes. I was like, I knew that was supposed to be my life. I knew in the moment. I said, that's supposed to be me. I'm supposed to be calling my Big Poppa up saying, Big Poppa, baby, I want a car. And he's supposed to be saying, okay, baby, get what you want. You know what I'm saying? I just knew, and I'm getting chill bumps thinking about it. But anyways, because this is not about me. Everything comes back to me, right? But it's not about me. But no, listen, I remember seeing that and I just admired it. I was like, man, I want a man to take care of me like that. Every woman did when they saw it. But we never got to see Big Poppa. Ooh, that diamond ring he bought her. Girl, listen. Oh, girl, Big Poppa did not play when it came to no Kim Zolciak. Long story short, we all knew about Big Poppa. We did know Big Poppa was married though. Abundance said I had Sugar D. Sugar D didn't have the money like Big Poppa had though. See, Sugar D was paying my phone bill. He wasn't really, it hit different. Big Poppa was buying $70,000 Escalades and things of that nature. That's different levels. And shout out to Sugar D, but I'm just saying, it's different levels to the sugar. That's just a little sweet, a little tangy. That ain't sugar. This right here is the sugar. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, we all admired this about Kim because we never saw this man. And it didn't even matter if we saw him or not. Listen, this girl used to call this man on the ones and twos and he be Johnny on the spot, whatever she need. And I think that every girl should have that. Anyways, after living vicariously through her for the moments on TV, we never knew who he was. Well, it turns out yesterday they said he done went on to glory. Girl, Big Poppa is as dead as a doornail. Oh my God, let's get into the story. I wonder if he left Kim in the wheel. I wonder if he put Kim in the oldest two in the wheel. Because, I don't think he going to put them last 3 or 4 that came from Croy. I wouldn't put them in the wheel neither. But you see them oldest two that he used to be sending money down there to take them churn? If he put Kim in the wheel, I'll put the oldest two. In the last 3 or 4, let their daddy take care of. You know what I'm saying? But girl, Kim done lost her sugar daddy. Let's get into it. It says, prayers up, Kim Zolciak's alleged, that ain't no alleged, ex-sugar daddy, Big Poppa passes away at 68. First of all, he looked much younger than I thought. But it goes on to say, neighbors, not Big Poppa, Lee Nijar, widely known for being Kim Zolciak's married sugar daddy and an Atlanta real estate investor. Sorry, I got the chills. Has reportedly passed away at 68. His daughter confirmed the news via social media, but his cause of death has not been made public. It says Nijar became a major storyline during the early days of the Real Housewives of Atlanta as Zolciak's mystery Big Poppa, allegedly funding her lavish lifestyle while still married. Even without appearing on screen, social users wasted no time trying the married mogul to the former Real Housewives of Atlanta star years ago. So prayers up, Kim, girl. I don't know how you holding up. I don't know if you kept him on the tuck when you got married to Croy. Because I would have. I ain't even going to hold you. I'd never let that nigga go, bitch. I'll fight for that nigga. Go to war. What you saying? I'm dying behind this nigga. I'm just playing. You know what I'm saying? But for real though, all jokes aside, like, girl, no way I would have let him go. But anyways, my heart goes out to Kim because I can only imagine where her life is now. She don't have Croy. She don't have nobody. She don't even have Big Poppa to fell back on. But like I said, hopefully he left her down in the wheel. One thing about really rich men, if they love you enough, they'll leave you a little something. They don't get them wives be knowing they be cheating. They don't give a damn. They said, what race is he? He looks clear, but he got a little olive tone to him. So he might be a little Italian or something. Got a little, little Middle Eastern, Pacific Islander ones or twos in them. If I'm just staring at him, he's not all the way clear. He in the milk community. He's just not whole milk, maybe 2%. Not sure. But anyways, we got to move on. Prayers up to the Kimster and losing that big, great loss. Oh, I couldn't imagine, girl. They'll have to throw me in a casket with that man. Girl, please. Soon as they drop the casket, I'm behind them. What's up? I can't let him go. I can't leave him alone. Stop acting crazy, girl, please. Soon as they drop that casket, I'm in there. What's up? Girl, yes. Gotta go behind my nigga. Girl, not letting him go in this lifetime or the next. A bitch might be waiting on the other side for my man. No. You see what I'm saying? A bitch might be on the other side waiting. No, I gotta go with him. A bitch might be waiting from another life. No. We gotta go together, baby. No, sir. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up. Now, DC Young Fly. I don't even know where and why he came about to the shade room. But apparently, DC Young Fly has a message for us, for those of y'all, because I don't shop at these places. But DC Young Fly has a message for you guys that shop at Polo. He said if you shop at Polo and you buy their clothes and then you wear it and then try to bring it back, they're not going to accept it unless you have the tag with the clothes. This is a lot for DC Young Fly. You know, he ain't been right since that happened to his baby mama, you know. But let's get into it with DC Young Fly.
Be real. Don't buy it from Ralph Lauren, because if you try to take it back, you got to keep the receipt and the tags. I ain't never heard no shit like that. I got the receipt, but I ain't got the tags. I took the tag out when I wore the shit, and then I ain't like the ugly outfit. So I tried to bring it back. And them folks like, yeah, where the tag at? I'm like, but the receipt. You want the tag? I ain't buying y'all no more, man. I'm gonna just be real. Don't buy from Ralph Lauren, because if you...
Didn't y'all boycott Polo in like the early 2000s or the late 90s? Remember that? Remember the rumor had came out that Ralph Lauren was racist, and then all the Negroes was like, we not wearing Ralph Lauren. No, it was Tommy Hilfiger. And it was Ralph Lauren too. I never wore it, so I don't know. I've never been big on Polo, so I don't know how it goes, so I'm asking y'all. But anyways, yeah, DC, it sounds like you wore the clothes, just wanted to bring the clothes back. Now, I did work in retail for a little while, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, they probably could have. I don't know. Maybe Polo runs a tighter ship. Either way, DC Young Fly, we don't care. We do not care. Get off here. Let's move on. I just wanted to share with y'all. But, you know, speaking of sharing, I got to share this L with y'all. So, y'all, August did a show. And on this show, he is paying homage, if some might call it, to Beyonce. Now, first of all, one thing we can never deny when it comes to August Alsina is, number one, how handsome he is. And then number two, his vocal abilities. The boy is out of this world. But for me, this is just for me, every time I see him, I feel away, because I remember he gave the whole city a L. And a lot of y'all might feel like, well, how did he give the whole city a L? First of all, August Alsina is from New Orleans, the 7th ward to be exact. That's kind of my stomping ground. You know what I'm saying? But the way he gave us the whole L was when he let Tory Lanez jump up and bat the piss out of him. Do y'all remember that? Girl, it was a time. Tory Lanez had just got accused of popping Megan in both feet. They said August Alsina was on the elevator. They said Tory came on the elevator. Tory said, what's up? August Alsina act like he ain't want to speak. And then they say Tory ended up jumping up and popping Aug in the face. And the reason I say jump up is because August Alsina is over 6 feet tall. Tory is my height. I'm 5'4". So how did you reach his face? And this is the worst part. August Alsina came out crying about it. Oh, we took a L. Oh, girl, you should have been there. He came out there because Tory saw me in the elevator. And I just tried to speak to Tory. And then Tory just backed the piss out of me. I said, oh, my God, girl. Every time I see him, it's bittersweet for me, because I just want to say, what was going through your head? Why you ain't just pound that little nigga? But you know what? My mama used to say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Let's get into August and his little, I'm going to see if I can look for that video with August and Tory, girl. That was hilarious. Let's get into August, give homage to Beyonce. You know he a little punk, huh? Yup.
Much love to me through my flaws and all. And before I do this song, I just want you to see your flaws that you think that are flaws. Start to see them as a treasure. So let's go. I'm a train wreck in the morning, like six in the afternoon.
You know he gay. Because what kind of nigga want to sing that song to a crowd full of women? Think about it. Just really think of, you know he gay. A man who's on stage to arouse the girls. We supposed to be wanting to throw our drawers on stage. This nigga on here hollering, I'm a train wreck in the morning. Nigga, get the... I'm a bitch in the afternoon. You know, all continues to give the city L's. And I'm of the city, so I got to take the L with him. You know what I'm saying? August continues to give the city L's. I just don't understand. Yes, he have a boyfriend. And I want to know who's doing the bending. I don't know why. I just want to know. But let's get into the beef between him and Tory, girl. Wait, I want to see the video where he came out and was like, Tory hit me. I think it's this.
Look up.
That was right. When you see when Tory came and dapped the boy off, that was right after Tory had allegedly bat the piss out of him. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. You had to be there. Oh my God. And Tory's so little. And August is so big. That's what made it so big. Tory's so little. And August is so big and long. How did you let this happen? And then he came out and was like, Tory hit me. Nigga, what? Oh, yeah. I wanted to fight August after that. I wanted to fight him. And he tried to go police. It says, we're aware of the allegations. Girl, it was a lot. Y'all had to be there. OMG, you had to be there. And you know what's crazy? What started the altercation? What started the altercation was Tory hollered at him. Tory was like, oh, what's up, Og? And Og was like, Tory said, I'm about to show you, bitch. Tory bet the piss out. That boy, oh, wait. You had to see it. That boy, oh, was like, to Tory, like as if Tory ain't worth 2 nickels, bitch. Tory said, oh, yeah, I got you, bitch. Tory said, I'm about to bet the piss, and did. It was a time. Either way, August Alsina, he did have a time, but he did. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I saw it and just tickled me and made me mad at the same time. Because not only is you from New Orleans, then you from the Summerwall. You a hard head, nigga. And you let this little bitty nigga bat you up like that? Girl, let's move on. That really upsetted me. And me and my homegirls, it really did. I just hated that for all, okay? Now we got to get into Toya and Janet. Now, remember we spoke yesterday about the Michael Jackson premiere. And LaToya had told us that Janet Jackson wanted nothing to do with the project. And honestly, I don't blame Janet because you know why? She probably knows some BS behind the scenes. And the little nephew don't look like Michael. I don't give a damn what y'all say. The little nephew don't look like him. And he don't give me Michael energy neither. The last person gave us Michael Jackson energy was, what's that boy name who played him in the movie? The boy, when he was a little boy, and whoever the actor was that played him as an adult. And did y'all know that actor who played him as an adult ended up dying shortly after that movie? I didn't know that. Jason Weaver. Jason Weaver embodied his energy as a kid, and whoever it was that played the adult Michael on that movie, he embodied the energy as an adult. It has not been... Girl, not Flex Alexander. No, look, it has not been the same since then. And somebody said the reviews are good. Of course the reviews are going to be good. They need you to go watch it. It's advertisement. But anyways, LaToya wanted Janet and everybody to be a part of this thing. I don't even know if LaToya is in charge of this thing. But for some odd reason, the media goes to her when they need info. So LaToya came on here to tell us that they asked Janet to be a part of this situation, and Janet respectfully declined. It's given Janet said, don't call me with that ugly ass shit, bitch. I don't want nothing to do with that. And that's what I would have said too. And if Janet didn't say it like that, then goddamn it, Janet, I said it for you. Let's get into Toya explaining Janet not coming into the movie set.
I miss not having Janet in the movie.
I wish everybody was in the movie.
Yeah.
So
Did you try to convince her and say, let's do it?
Well, she was asked and she kindly declined, so you have to respect her wishes.
Did you miss not having Janet in the movie?
Well, I'll say this. As far as the movie goes, Janet and Michael have a far age gap, far enough to where Janet could never be mentioned in his life story until toward the latter part of his years, meaning the screen portion. Does that make sense? Because Michael Jackson was an entity on its own. Now, granted, Janet is a major superstar in her own right. You know what I'm saying? But we don't absolutely have to have, in Michael's story, we don't have to have anybody, actually. We could really do a one-man show of Michael's whole life. And if it was real and really done right, we'd all watch it. Like, we don't really need to have all these different characters. But I think behind the scenes it was some BS. And Janet probably was like, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with that. Because she seems like the sister that'll be like, because see, Toya want to be in front of the camera. Toya want to be famous. In Toya mind, she was supposed to be just like Michael. Because, you know, back in the day, her and Michael looked just alike when they first got their new faces. Not before, but when they got their first new faces, they was looking just alike. So I think at some point she started feeling like, you know, I'm famous like my brother, but that don't go like that, Toya. And nobody liked your album. Okay, let's move on. Y'all like the video, please, if you haven't already. Now, let's get into some disturbing news. Did y'all see about this story? Some children ages 3 to 7. And I don't like sharing sad stories, y'all. I really don't. Because I don't like bringing the energy and vibe down on the show. But if I feel like, especially if it's something to do with Black kids, I'm on it, right? So, and that don't mean start sending me all kind of stuff, y'all. Because I don't want my energy, like, piled in with that kind of negative energy. Because rather y'all want to believe it or not, when you go through stories like that over and over again, it affects your energy. Like, for instance, you know who I watch? Well, I don't watch all the time, but I used to watch them all the time. Nick at Night. Nick at Night be doing a lot of dark stories, and I always wonder to myself, man, I wonder if that affects her in her real life. Because I'll tell you what affects me in my real life, the Krishan Jr. saga. Like, that has waking me up out of my bed. Like, after I done got off the live, went out, had a good time, I done got in the bed and woke up and been like jacked up in the head. Like, Krishan Jr. has literally creeped into my meditation segments. So I'm just saying to myself, the reason why is not that I don't want to cover this kind of content. I understand the energy, you know what I mean, around it. So I just try to cover what I guess whatever the ancestors send me to basically have to cover. But for the rest of it, I leave it alone because even with the Krishan Jr. content, I can only do so much of that before I get the crack. And that's why I was on this bitch crying with the ugly cry a couple of weeks ago. If anybody who was on that live, I literally was on this bitch with the ugly cry looking a mess, you know? So I'm just saying, I'm not saying to start flooding my inbox with that because I don't want to see a lot of that, please. But I do want to share this with y'all because this is something we got to figure out because these children were buried in somewhere or buried in a place where in Memphis where nobody knew. So this is something deep going on right here. Okay. Somebody said I'm a mod on her channel, but if the topic's too heavy, I just don't watch it. Took forever for me to listen to the Naziah Harris story. Yes. See what I'm saying? Like them channels that be covering like the whole, I did the Naziah thing. I touched it. I said what I said, did a couple of updates. Then I moved around. Cause see that Naziah Harris story, man, I'll say this, if you're like me and you're very sensitive to energies, it's not good for me. That's why I go over there, even with the baddie stuff. I had to back off of that because I'm very, very sensitive to energies. Like I read energy even without trying. And on the internet, I read energy. I can read your energy through your comments. I swear to God, that's how crazy it is. So I kind of like, I'll touch it if it need be, then I'll go about my business. Because that Naziah Harris stuff that kept going on. And then not only her, a whole bunch of people, I was like, yeah. But again, I care. I just can't, yeah, I'm definitely an empath. But I care. I just can't consume my energy with it. All right. But anyway, we got to get into this story. So according to this story, it says remains of 3 children between the ages of 3 and 7 found in a Memphis field, skulls and additional bones found in nearby drainage system. It says, neighbors, this is scary. Authorities in Memphis are investigating a disturbing discovery after the remains of 3 young children were found in a wooded area in the city's Hickory Hills neighborhood. According to the Memphis Police Department, the investigation began on March 8th after a woman walking her dog found what she believed to be a human skull. Officers responded and initiated a search of the area, which would unfold over several weeks and lead to additional discoveries. A K-9 unit alerted officers to a nearby drainage system during a search, and a camera inspection revealed what appeared to be a second skull inside of a pipe. Oh my God. The following day, a more thorough search uncovered 14 additional human bones in the surrounding areas. Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis confirmed that the recovered remains consisted of bone fragments. It says the medical examiners late determined that the remains belonged to 3 children between the ages of 3 and 7 and indicated the bones may have been on the site for several years. Wow. Despite the findings, authorities are still working to identify the children and determine the causes of their deaths. The Federal Bureau of Investigations is assisting local authorities and officials as investigation continues. Let's get into it.
Is a planned and coordinated search operation associated with an ongoing investigation that began in early March, where human remains were found in a heavily vegetated area near Ridgeway and Ridge Meadow Parkway. It's very close in proximity to where we are right now. At this time, there is no indication of any active threat to our public. Let me make that clear before I go on. This search operation involves approximately 170 personnel led by the Memphis Police Department's Homicide Unit and is being conducted in collaboration with the Medical Examiner's Office with assistance from our federal, state, and local partners. Those agencies include the FBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, the Memphis Fire Department, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, Search and Rescue, and the Shelby County Homeland Security Emergency Management. At this time, I want to talk to you through the facts as we know them right now. This investigation began on March 8, 2026, when officers responded to a suspicious person call in the 3400 block of Ridge Meadow Parkway. An anonymous caller reported a possible human skull near a wooded area. Responding officers located what appeared to be a human skull at the edge of the woods. Due to the limited lighting conditions at that time, a more extensive search was scheduled for the following day. On March 9th, officers and personnel from the Medical Examiner's Office returned to continue the search. On March 10th, investigators, along with the Medical Examiner's Office and Shelby County Search and Rescue, conducted a more thorough canvass of the area. During that search, cadaver K-9 units alerted to a nearby drainage pipe, indicating the possible presence of additional human remains. On March 16th, investigators worked with the City of Memphis Drain Maintenance Division to inspect that drainage system. A camera system was used to examine the interior of the pipes based on those prior K-9 alerts. On April 1st, investigators assessed the drainage system from a nearby location and located what appeared to be an additional skull. On April 2nd, search teams conducted another coordinated canvass of the area, which resulted in the recovery of 14 additional bones consistent with human remains. At this time, based on the remains recovered and the initial analysis by the Medical Examiner's Office, we could confirm that the remains are believed to be those of 3 individuals estimated to be between the ages of 3 and 7. It's a planned and coordinated.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say these are more than likely black babies, black American babies. It is Memphis. I'm looking at the police department. That's giving me a high probability that these are black American babies. And if their ages is 3 and 7, they may have not even been to school, so they wouldn't be missing, you know? It just sucks because I don't know. I kind of go between, it could be the parents, it could be something supernatural. I don't know what the hell is going on, but whatever it is, we got to start caring more about our kids. We just have to. I know back in the day, and I don't know if this was the case, but back in the day, when you didn't want your children, somebody in the family was like, give me the baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure in some families it's still like that today. I told y'all when I did my genealogy, I found out my great-great-grandmother, one of her daughters wasn't even her daughter, it was her niece, you know? But either way, I'm saying all that to say it's so many other alternatives to things than this. And I hate that this happened. And then to say that they found these remains, right? We don't know what happened. They can easily find who they are through DNA. But we don't know what happened, how it happened, when it happened. All we know is 3 babies just popped up missing with skeleton remains. And 14 bones. Y'all ever seen human remains? Y'all ever seen human bones? Human bones, like after somebody, I have. Isn't you don't forget that. Yeah. That ain't something. Yeah, it's not like the Party City bones you see at the store. You know, this is sad. I just hate that this happened to them babies, and I really my prayers and thoughts go out to whatever family, if they could even find the family, if they could even find them. Child, ridiculous. But at any rate, like I said, my heart and prayers go out. It was some lady walking a dog who found the bones. Some lady said she saw what looks like to be a human skull. The fuck? Just a skull just outside? Like, yeah, that's different. Kim Gladney, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Hold on, let me fix my thing. Says, Boo, you literally say everything that I think, and your sense of humor is unmatched. You give Aquarius energy. I love it here. Thank you. You know, I didn't realize this, but I learned, like, through reading my zodiac, that Pisces can tap into all of the zodiac signs. And I didn't think about it until I realized that I'm like, I do tap into all of them. I can be just as aggressive and crazy as an Aquarius. I can be just as crazy and emotional as a Cancer. You know, I can be just as emotional and all out of the woodworks as a Pisces. I can kind of tap into all of them. I can lie down like a Leo, lying ass Leo, no shade. You know what I'm saying? I could do it all. So, you know, yeah. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you, Kim. Thank you. Oh, Lord. I can't. Hold on, Lord. I'm sorry, y'all. Get the likes up on the video. Harlem Scholar, thank you for the super chat, says the real reason is this is Jermaine's project. Janet, ooh, there you go. Janet, Jermaine, and Randy don't rock with each other because Jermaine stole Randy's wife and had children with her. Randy and Janet are super close. Let me just say this when it comes to Randy. Let me give y'all the tea, right? And I wasn't there, but I'm going to just tell you how I feel. What I feel is Michael Jackson, like I said before, he understood that these are my earth family, but these are not my family, right? And I think that for sure, Jermaine was jealous. Let's be clear. Jermaine has always wanted to be as big as Michael, but never would have been, even though he was very, very talented and could really sing. I love this song. One thing is true. I noticed you like me. It don't matter, but listen. He got a bop on him, but he always wanted to be that. And you know, I think that any of them doing this project without Michael here, I think it's all a bunch of bull. All a bunch of bull. Now, I don't know much about the Randy situation, but I do know Jermaine took his old lady. Now, I did hear that. I heard that Jermaine took his old lady, married her, and threw her away. That's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work. But you know, Jermaine got that evil spirit on him. He do. See, I'm glad God helped me dodge a bullet when he caught eyes with me. See, I wanted to be Voodoo Jackson, but maybe it wasn't meant. I'm telling you that Jermaine dirty. Jermaine feels like I done came all this way, did all of this work. I'm equally, in his mind, I'm equally talented. Why haven't I broke? And you know what? This is unfortunate During this movie is the most Jermaine has ever gotten attention. And you can see it. Hold on, let me show you. You can see it. This is his pride and glory. And I'm pretty sure he sold his brother legacy down the tube. Look, because that's all it takes. That's why I told y'all, be careful about the people closest to y'all. Michael movie. Let me show y'all. It be the people closest to you. Listen, the people who don't know you, they don't know enough about you to hate you that much. Even if the person that don't know you hate you, they only can hate you but so far, right? They can only hate you as far as they can catch you or throw you or see you, right? So I don't like, say somebody don't like me. They might be like, well, I don't like Voodoo because she loud, or I don't like Voodoo because she this. But you don't know me personally to say, well, I don't like Voodoo, let's just say because she stank, which I don't. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say, oh, I don't like Voodoo because she stank, or she big, fat, funky, nasty, and cheesy, and every time I go by her house be dirty. You don't have nothing to really hate me on. But your biggest enemy, I'm talking about the one who want to see you fall the worst, is the person who know everything. That's the person that's closest to you. Them the ones who secretly sitting on the side of you, acting like they on your team, acting like we all together, but in deep inside their hearts, they hate everything about you because you are what they are not. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it gave to me when it came to Jermaine and Michael's relationship. Michael always stayed clear of Jermaine because he understood, yes, this is my brother. And yes, my brother might love me. But my brother is the same brother that will not David and Goliath, will Cain and Abel my ass. Okay, given the opportunity, because Jermaine has always wanted nothing more than to be just as big, probably if not bigger than his brother. And when I saw this movie, and I saw Jermaine them was behind this, I said, oh yeah, I know they sold that boy. They sold that man up the road. I know they did. Michael didn't rock with these. Come on now. Go look at any video of Michael Jackson around his siblings. I don't care if it's from the 70s or it's from the 90s or it's from the 2000s. Go look at any video of Michael with his siblings. He did not rock with them niggas. The only person Michael Jackson acknowledged in that Jackson family was Katie, my love. He didn't like his daddy, and he didn't give a damn about none of his siblings. He could tolerate Janet because she was extremely talented, but for the most part, Michael did not roll with none of them niggas. And when they used to put them all together, Michael used to be like, you know, I'm forcing the smile, but I really don't really care to be here, but okay. That man, the only Jackson he truly, truly loved and adored was Katherine Jackson. Now, people might say Janet, maybe, but you know what kind of told me maybe not? Because I remember Janet did an interview saying that when they did the Scream video, she wanted to spend time with her brother and actually shoot the scenes together. She said, and they couldn't. She didn't even get a chance to speak to him. Now, this is just me. I get it, schedules and all of that, but at the end of the day, this is Michael Jackson. If he was that close to his sister, they would have made a way. I'm sorry. I read through listen to me and listen to me good. I don't care what a nigga say. Girl, fuck what that nigga say. I'm looking at what a nigga do. And what I know is this is Michael Jabari Jackson. I get it. We got schedules. I get it. Blah, 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 blah. But when they did the Scream video, she said she never even got to see him not one time. No, she did say when they did the one little thing, but he wouldn't speak to her. She wouldn't speak to him. And she was like, it really hurt me. Michael did not rock with his family, period. He did not. If they did, you see more of Janet up under him. Trust me, Michael did not rock with them. He did not rock. He loved his family, but he didn't rock with them. That's maturity. You get it? I could love my family down, but I know I got to love them from over there. Because if I go over there, they're going to tear me up, you know? But yeah, I can believe Jermaine sold that family up the road because he's living in his glory. He done got a new face. He living in his glory. Girl, please. Jermaine probably a snake in the grass. I don't trust him. Let's move on. Y'all like the video, please. I got to do another Love and Hip Hop when I get off here. Love and Hip Hop, Miami, I think it is. All right, let's get into Snoop Dogg. So I don't know if y'all know what happened with Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg did a concert, apparently, And apparently there was strippers on stage, and then apparently there was also someone underage on stage. And when I say underage, I don't mean like 14, 15, 16. I mean like 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. But ultimately, the problem was, first of all, I don't know why y'all bring children to concerts. I will never understand that. But let's go with the move and say you bought them. Why do y'all put y'all children on these stages with these grown-ass people? And on top of grown-ass people, there's a stripper on the stage as well. But I guess the parents of this child didn't care. All they cared about was putting their child in front of Snoop. And you know what this is very reminiscent of? Every single one of them little girls that was bought to Robert Kelly. R. Kelly, that is. Oh, yes, the Pied Piper. He didn't have to go out and search for them hoes. Their parents came and dropped them off, signed, sealed, delivered. Here you go. That's exactly what these parents do when you pushing your child. Get on stage. You are literally hand delivering your child to whatever predators, whatever evil, whatever it is, you giving them away. Here. Because that's literally all they're doing. Okay? So, when you see this, you got to understand, number one, what you're looking at is a ritual. This ain't the first time children have been on stage. It's literally like what they do in that industry. People, I tell y'all this, y'all might find it funny and crazy, but people actually sacrifice their children. People will literally sell their children and they don't have to be on crack. They don't. They have people who will look at their child and be like, yeah, I love my child, but I need this. So here, just like a person on crack. Okay, but anyways, this little underage person came on stage while a stripper was there, and then the whole doggone internet blew up on Snoop because they was like, how the hell could you do that and have a child on stage with a stripper? Let's get into a little bit of the video. Y'all like the video. And you know, I seen somebody in the comments saying, this the boy right here say, don't nobody say shit when y'all watching baddies in the room with y'all daughters. And you know what? Touche. See, I don't know. I came from an era where me and my mama we didn't shoot marbles together. We didn't play jacks together. So therefore, we not enjoying the same entertainment together. You know what I'm saying? But again, some women might say it's not the same, but it is absolutely the same. You should not be sitting down watching baddies with your kids. Your children shouldn't even be watching that shit. But neither here nor there. My child grown. She's 23. She can watch whatever she wants, and it ain't my business. So let me mind my grown child business. However, what I am saying is this was completely inappropriate, but we can't get mad at this when we don't get mad at the other parts. I just showed y'all yesterday, Super Scent's daughter was on here saying that she was a baddie, and Super had to take her earrings from her. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I think we need to take that into consideration when we over here talking about how upset we are when we see certain things. But remember, I told y'all most people are only upset because the internet told them to be upset. Okay. Now, after this goes viral, Snoop Dogg comes out and he responds. It says Snoop Dogg addresses video of child dancing on stage during concert. Quote, her father let her get on stage. I let a fan have fun. Her parents were there. It says Snoop Dogg is breaking his silence to address critics commenting on viral videos showing his performing at a recent concert and bringing a child on stage to dance with him. On Monday, April 20th, Snoop took to the stage at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Morrison, Colorado. The venue was hosting a 420 on the Rocks. Why would a child be at a 420 event? Again, this is just parenting. Take Snoop off the table. Why is any child at a 420 event? Oh, girl. See, let me get back to it. It goes on to say, the venue was hosting a 420 on the Rocks event. It was headlined or co-headlined by Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube. It also featured Too Short, Caesar Face, I don't know who that is, Inspector Deck of the Wu-Tang Clan, plus 7L and Esoteric. No child should have been there at all. During the event, Snoop rocked the stage, and among his hits he played Drop It Like It's Hot. However, Snoop's performance of the song not only went viral because he had an exotic dancer on the stage with him, but because he had another special guest. In viral videos, Snoop rapped and danced along to his hit record while a little girl joined them, busting out her special B-girl dance moves. B-girl, oh, they got the clear kids breakdancing now, Lord have mercy. It says, as Snoop rapped, he cheered on the little girl, repeating, get it, girl, and go, go, go. As videos of the performance went viral, social media users shared mixed reactions. While some enjoyed the moment with Snoop and a fan, others criticized him for bringing a child on stage with the other dancer, and others called out the little girl's parents for even having her in the building for a 420 rap concert. Addressing the criticism, Snoop Dogg hopped in Hollywood Unlocked's comment section to set the record straight. To the headline of him being under fire, he replied, under fire, her father let her get on stage. She was dancing all night. I let a fan have fun. Her parents were there. Sorry, try again. This is what Snoop said. Lord, that's what he said about the post. He said, under fire, her father was there, let her get on stage. Hey, man. Then he said, carry on. There you go. We could drag Snoop all day. But until we deal with the parents, nigga say, I'm sure she smokes too. She might. Because that's what other reason would a kid be at a 420 event? And I'm not dragging nobody who's smoking in front of their churn. If you do that, that's between you and your household. What I'm saying is, why would a child be at first of all, a concert with that lineup? A concert, period. But a concert with that lineup, and then a concert with that lineup, and it's a 420 event. It's nothing but adults drinking, smoking, do all kind of craziness, and here you go with your baby. It's a clear one, though. Horrible parenting. Let's move on. Speaking of children and horrible parenting, pink face. Blueface and that girl don't care nothing about this child. All they care about is going viral. So even if this little girl comes on the internet and look like a little bitch, and I'm not calling her a little bitch, I'm just saying that that's what she looks like. If people see her and think that she's a horrible kid, Blueface nor Stewie Face could care less, because all they know is she's great content. And this is what you call bad parenting, because number one, pink face is too grown. Pink Face need her ass whooped. I gotta say that part. And for y'all who don't know who Pink Face is, she is the daughter of Blueface and Jaden Alexis. Y'all know who Blueface is. If you don't, catch up another day. And she is really gonna be the one to give Blueface the blues, right? She calls herself Pink Face, and she is a rude little girl. Let's just call it a thing. If this was Christmas and they say a little bit naughty, a little bit nice, she would be on the naughty list. If this was Christmas, she wouldn't get nothing from Santa Claus. Does that make sense? Oh, yeah. See, I come from an era where you had to be good to get stuff from Santa. But in this era, you ain't got to be good. All you got to do is have parents who want to profess to the world that they got it. But if this was Christmas, this little girl would definitely be on the naughty list. She would not be on the nice list. Yes, she would have coal. A bag full of coal is what she would have. And, you know, when I looked at the little girl, because I did study child psychology. Check that, okay? But when I look at the little girl, the only thing I could think of is, my first thought is, why is she so upset? Why is this little bitty girl who only been here for about 3-4 years, what makes this baby so mean? And then immediately after I asked myself that, I'm like, duh, what has she experienced? What has she witnessed? What have she seen? What have she heard? And you know, this is the part most people don't like to talk about. We could drag Rockhead for the neglect physically and what she's doing with Junior, but nobody likes to talk about the moral neglect we have on our children in society today. There's a huge strand or trend where we morally neglect our children, meaning we don't have nothing that defends or shield them from the bad things. Like, for instance, when I was growing up, and somebody put it in the chat earlier, if they're kissing on TV, my mama said, close y'all eyes, or she'll jump across the thing and put the hands over our eyes so we could see it, even though my little hot ass was like this, hoping to find a crack through the fingers. It don't matter. My mama still put a barrier there of safety. In 2026, where everything is content, there are no barriers. So any and everything we do is right in front of our kids. If we fussing, fucking, fighting, doing drugs, it don't matter what we doing. The churn is right there, and they're absorbing all of this, even when they babies and can't talk. So then it dawned on me, that's why she's so upset. She's basically regurgitating everything that she takes in, being amongst the mother and father that she have. And that moral neglect needs to be studied way more than it's been. Not even studied. We need to at least start the conversation. Okay? I don't want to go as far as to say anything else could be happening. I don't even want to put them type of words out there to the universe. But let me just say this. Your children typically mirror what you doing. If your children is all up in arms and acting crazy, unless it's something there, it's probably because of something that they're absorbing from you. So anyway, Pink Face is in this shoe store, and Blueface wants to get her some shoes. But she's so spoiled and so mean as a little girl that she gets upset because she couldn't get the shoes she wants. She go to tearing up the whole store. Let's get into it, y'all. Y'all like the video.
That's what you want? I knew you were going to get that one.
I'm getting these.
I knew it.
I'm getting these.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that music gonna get me pop.
The high shoes are way too bad to play.
Look at her. She on the ground, trying on the little shoes, right?
Oh, you better stop it right now. Come here.
No! Go away!
Okay.
Go away!
Okay, wait. Let me talk to you for 1 second. Princess Pink Face. Wait, Princess Pink Face. Okay, wait. Hey, yeah, can you help me? Oh. Here. Princess Pink Face, come here. Princess Pink Face, come on. You brat. Relax. I'm sorry, Princess Pink Face. Oh, you can wear whatever you want. What do you want to wear? So you don't want to wear this one?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry, boss. Got you, your hiney. Here. There. Want to wear these instead of the Crocs? Huh?
I want to wear these ones, Mommy.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me put it on. Got you, your hiney. Here. Hey, I don't like the way you embarrassed me at the mall today.
Shut up.
Oh. Oh. You think that's funny? All right, watch when we get home. You're going to go in a timeout.
Which house?
Ready for a timeout? Hey, I don't like the way you embarrassed me at the mall.
Okay, so that was the Pink Face situation. Let me say this. This type of stuff, I never understood why anybody would ever think that this type of stuff is cute, because I see this behavior on grown adults walking around today, right? It's grown adults who don't know how to process their emotions, got a lot of bent up and pent up, misplaced, displaced anger, and they just get out on the internet or in the world, and just wreak havoc. You know what I'm saying? The problem here is parenting. The problem isn't the child. She's a baby. She don't know what the hell going on. She's only doing what she's allowed to do. The problem is the parenting. Now, some people might feel like, well, gentle parenting is gentle parenting that. Gentle parenting has screwed us over. That's why our kids can't read. That's why they slow as turtles. I just went to a store the other day. The children are literal walking NPCs. Literally. It's parenting, man. We could blame the school system. We could blame the culture. We could blame the white man. We could even blame the African man. This is parenting. We don't have no parents. All the parents want to be friends. And that's why the enemy came up with this term called gentle parenting. For all you friendly bobbing ass parents, they let y'all adopt that ideology of gentle parenting. Next thing you know, it's cute at 3, 4, and 5. Then at 14 and 15, when she knock you upside the head and you can't fight her no more, now it's, oh, we need a village. No, that don't go like that. But again, I've never thought this behavior was cute. I never thought it was cute. She's going to be held to any and everybody in her vicinity, period, point blank. You know? And somebody said white people started that. They kind of did. But you know what I hated? When I started seeing black people adopt that. Right now, to this day, black people talk about gentle parenting. And even if they don't want to call it that, you can't tell nobody nothing about their kids. And even if their kids are Tasmanian devils and they know it, you can't look a motherfucker in their eye and be like, girl, that little nigga is horrible. Bitch be want to tear you up. Girl, bitch, he is horrible. The fuck? He is. Bitch, he gonna be, girl, listen. You can't tell. No, and it's the worst thing. It would be one thing if it was about protection. It's not about that. People know that if you attack or say something about their parenting, that it's a direct attack on them, and they don't want to have to face that mirror. So what they do, it's an unspoken rule. You keep my child name out your mouth. Don't speak on my child because I'm going to crash behind my child. You know how it go. And really, it won't even be about the kid. It be about the parenting. This is not Pinkface's fault. This is parenting's fault. This is Blueface's fault and that Mexican he married. Well, I don't know if he married her, but you know what I mean? So Blueface did come out and respond. Hold on. I thought I had the video where Blueface respond to it. I thought I did. Yeah, he did. Here you go. Blueface responded to the critics saying that he need to whoop the little girl ass. And I ain't gonna lie, Blueface funny as hell. Look at what Blueface said. Look what he said.
You guys insist on me whooping a 3-year-old girl's ass. But if I beat a bitch 26 up for doing the same shit, y'all gonna say I'm wrong. Make it make sense for me, chat. I'm gonna whoop a 3-year-old.
Bro.
A 3-year-old. I don't beat little girls up, but I'll beat the fuck out of a grown ass bitch. You know, because you should know better.
You will get fought back.
I mean, she don't know better. She's still adjusting to her emotions, you know, being irrational and just, you know. But you grown bitches?
Get fought back.
Well, I can't beat y'all up for doing the same shit.
Fought back.
Let me know something.
Fight back.
Bankruptcy is actually a very quick process, especially.
Bruh, this why Blueface, bruh, is different. Because this nigga turned a serious situation into a, you got a point. Nigga, listen, when I saw the first video and I was like, man, this nigga da-da-da-da-da. But he kind of made a point. It does make sense. That nigga said, y'all want me to beat the 3-year-old girl, but if I beat a 26-year-old bitch, I'm wrong. But Blue, you're wrong, okay? Blue, you're wrong. You have to start early. I'm not saying Papa, but you got to find some way to discipline her. But yes, Pinkface need to be popped. Yes, she need to be popped. All children, some children you can't just talk to them. Some children, you know how they used to say something, got to touch the fire, to touch the stove to see if it's hot. She one of them. Yeah, she need to be popped. I said what I said. Somebody in the comments said, I never wanted to pop a child so bad. And then somebody dropped down under that comment and said, pop the piss out of them. I was weak. Because listen, that was literally it's not just to pop them. I'm talking about pop the piss. Y'all put a one in the chat. My mama used to say shit like, I'm going to bust your ass. You know, that sounds harsh. You know what I'm saying? Wait till I get home or wait till you get home. I'm going to bust your ass. That make you know, it start making your booty itch before you even get home. You know, popping the piss out of a child is equivalent for somebody saying, I'm going to bust your ass. That means you're going to remember what happened. This ain't going to be a flyby, you know, tap on her, you know. No, she needs somebody to pop the piss out. I said what I said. Just once, not too many times. Just once. Well, she might need a couple of more after that. You know, but ultimately that little girl different, man. That little girl different. I just know I don't have the patience, and I thank God I don't have them type of children, baby, because I know I wouldn't have been able to make it. I wouldn't have made it. Girl, I'm telling you, my mama used to have this voice when we was growing up, because see, my mama know how to fight. She grew up in the hood. She could fight. Like, fight. And when my mom used to be like, I'm gonna bust the piss out you, ooh, you don't know if it's coming with the belt or the hands by itself. Either way, it's not gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? If anybody had a mama like that, you know exactly what I'm saying. Ain't nothing worse than having a mama who know how to fight. You can't just, you know, you can't just say any old thing. You know, if you got an old timid mama, you know, who just be like, oh, I'm tired of you. You really, that's different. But when you got a mama who fight, that hit different. See, I'm a bust your ass. That hit different. Because you be like, damn, I don't know if she gonna use the belt, but I sure hope she used that. Because if she roll with them hands, it might not be good. At any rate, let's move on. For real though, girl, that's what we need. Them children need somebody to tell them they're gonna bust their ass. That's what's wrong with them. Ain't nobody busting no more ass no more. Everybody want a gentle parent. Ain't nobody busting ass. We need to bring back busting ass. Make busting ass great again. How about that? Yeah, I don't give a damn what them people say. That's y'all problem. Now we got to get into Erica Campbell, y'all. Oh my God. My God, today. Now, y'all know Erica Campbell. She is the sister from Mary, Tina Campbell. Now, Tina Campbell just recently announced, her husband just recently announced that he's divorcing Tina Campbell after 27 years of marriage. The same day, Tina's sister, Erica, came on to announce that she's celebrating 25 years of marriage. So you got one sister who's celebrating 27 years of horrible lifetime. And then you got another sister who's celebrating 25 years of bliss, right? Now, we all thought that the timing was horrible because we felt like, girl, Erica, I know you is not about to come on here and live in your lavish life while your sister going through hell and high water. But apparently, Erica said she don't care about none of that ugly ass shit. It's her 25th wedding anniversary. She said God told her to go ahead on and walk down the aisle to the chapel, and that's what she's going to do. Now, I don't know what the personal relationship is behind the scenes. And from what I can say about Tina, is Tina and her husband, before the divorce was announced, they said they have been physically separated for at least a couple of years. So I don't know if this is going to sting Tina as much as it would have maybe if the husband had randomly came home from work one day and was like, I can't do this. I don't know how this is affecting Tina. But what I do know, Erica seems to not care how this is affecting Tina, because according to Erica, this is God sent for her and her husband. Let's get into it, y'all. Y'all know I love me a good wedding, honey. Erica said the Lord sent her wedding coordinator and everything, child. Let's get into it.
And in 3, 2, 1. Well, I finally made a decision. I found a designer. I kind of feel like she found me, just because the way God orchestrated it, this is who it was supposed to be. So thank you to everybody who submitted. Listen, I got inquiries and sketches from everywhere. My agent, my manager, my sisters, people at church, like y'all sent them everywhere. But I appreciate you so much for reaching out and joining me on this journey. But who I have chosen is NECA of Brides by Nona.
Lord, I hope they don't try to drag me. So, she got a black bridal coordinator. Oh, go ahead on, sister. All right, sister. Go ahead on. My girl trying 25 years. Hello. I ain't mad at it. What I'm going to be mad for? Go ahead on, Erica. You know, I'm reading this top comment right here, and this person said their anniversary is the same day and time every year. She can't help her sister's unfortunate situation, but a 25th anniversary is major. Congrats to them. And you know, that's true. Erica is not supposed to forgive or forbade, or is that even the word? She's not supposed to be like, I can't have my 25th anniversary because my sister going through divorce. The fuck? You think Tina would have dropped her anniversary if Erica was going through a divorce? No. And it is insensitive as far as the timing, but at the end of the day, honestly, the husband is wrong because the husband knew that damn anniversary was coming up. He should have waited or something. I don't know. Shout out. I just thought about it. Yeah, shout out to Erica. Erica said the Lord sent her in with the dress. The people is there. She said yes to the dress, and I'm here for it. I wish she invited me to know because they're probably going to have a dry reception. You think they're going to have a dry reception? One thing I hate is a dry reception. Lord have mercy. I need the finger foods and the liquor. Okay. But I was gonna say if she was, you know, I love a wedding anyway. She could invite me, I would definitely come. I would go to anybody's wedding. I love weddings. I'm huge fans of weddings. But I don't know. I felt bad at first, but then again, is this that lady 25th anniversary? Like, you know? Yes, somebody said this the most I've seen her. You ain't lying. This lady has not been this visible. She has not. That's it. I didn't think about that. I don't know, but it's still her 25th. She got to do what she got to do. They drank like a fish. Oh, well, invite me then. They say they drank like a fish down there at the church events. Tell them call me. Tell them call me, but keep the pastor away from me because I know how them nasty freaks is. But tell them call me, girl. Yeah, I would love to come down there. I sure would. Now we got to move on. Hold on. Got Erica out the way. Got that out the way. That out the way. Chef Marilyn. I want to see if I can find a video without the music on it. Oh, I hate that everything on the internet has to have music. Oh, I hate it. Hold on one second. Chef. Let's see if I can find one without the music. Marilyn. So y'all who know what happened with Chef Marilyn is the lady we spoke about yesterday. There was a group of young girls who claimed to be attorneys that came to Chef Marilyn and told her that they wanted to help her keep her business afloat. So at the time, Chef Marilyn seemed like she was having financial issues, like a lot of businesses do. And instead of losing her business, she must have sought out help, or maybe those girls sought her out. And they were young attorneys, Black American attorneys, it seems. I don't know. But they were Black attorneys, and they said that they were going to help her to save her business. Now, according to the young attorneys, they said when they came in that the business was so behind financially that they had to pay all kinds of fees and all kinds of things. Now, let me back up. The two young ladies said that they originally came in because they loved Chef Marilyn and they wanted her to help her keep her business. But somehow in the midst of negotiations and fixing the business ended up in the ownership of the attorneys. Okay. Now, Chef Marilyn, who had been in business for over 20 plus years, she found herself at some point an employee, and not even an employee. She said the restaurant she built from the ground up with her bare hands, she couldn't even go in and get a plate. She had completely lost ownership of her stuff. And we had these two young ladies who was on here swearing to God, oh no, see, we came in to help. But what happened was it was just the circumstances. So now we own it. That's what they said. Well, they also claim that they didn't change their lives or something. No, they didn't say that. They did claim that they wanted to sit down with Miss Marilyn to see if they can find a resolution. But I'm saying Miss Marilyn don't need to sit down with them hoes. She need to be sitting down with an attorney to go bring them to court, not just for a financial reimbursement. These hoes need to go to prison. And I said what I said. See, they look at Chef Marilyn ain't my grandma. See, girl, God know how to do that. Girl, please. They look at Chef Marilyn ain't my grandma. I'd have been on them hoes' ass. Do you understand me? But anyways, Chef Marilyn has been since responded to that. Let me see if I can pull up a video from yesterday for y'all who didn't see what was happening yesterday. Is this her? No. This ain't her. This ain't the chef her. No. Let me scroll down so y'all can see Chef Marilyn. Okay, they pulling me up, everybody. Hold on. Chef Marilyn. Oh, no, that's not even how you spell it. It's this, right? I thought it was Marilyn. All right, let me see. Apparently, there's a lot of Chef Marilyns. Okay, so I'll get into a little bit from yesterday.
Because I need everybody to know in Los Angeles, California, it is not safe.
These two young ladies walked into my life February 7th, this one at the fundraiser, told me that she wanted to help me. This one came out on the 9th, said that they wanted to help me. They promised that they would not abuse me, do anything wrong, disrespect me, and they did just the opposite. They made me an employee. They've taken everything that I own in here. I can't even get a meal out of here, and I built it.
They can do that.
They're doing it because they said they were coming in to help me.
I need help. I need financial help. I don't have a dime. I'm just trying to save this.
They're lawyers,
I'm a
young
sole
lawyers. I
proprietor.
trusted them.
I'm not a family-owned business. I started it 37 years ago.
And they said they're changing the name. They said they're changing the name. And if you call right now, they answer, best soul food in LA. I built this. I own every piece of equipment in there. And they think because I let somebody else take advantage of me, they're getting away? No.
Do you still have keys to your place?
I don't.
Let's make this go viral because I need everybody to know in Los Angeles.
I don't know if they changed the locks. I have not tried the lock.
Where your key you got? Huh? Let's go try your key.
Yes.
They didn't change the locks.
Yeah, they changed the locks. Yeah, they did.
Why are we doing this to each other? I don't deserve this. These women have not been here 2 months yet. Okay, they got a taste of what comes through daily. And my thing was my overhead with State Board of Equalization, with the roof falling and everything else. These people came in and they are clocking and taking all the money and will not pay me and will not even feed me. This is horrible. And now they changed the locks on the door. That they need to be arrested. This young lady right here, Sierra Carter, presented me with this card when she introduced herself to me with one of her clients. And she also informed me that she is the attorney for Cardi B and Mary J. Blige. I don't know if they changed the locks. I have not tried the lock at this law firm. Okay. And then this is Channing Smith, another lawyer, and she works right here. And their companies need to know what these two young black women have done to a black icon in this city that's been here for 38 years. And, you know, they both have mothers. How could they do this? If somebody did this to their mother, what would they say? What would they say?
So that was a bit of what was going on with Chef Marilyn. And like I said, what they did was they took advantage of a woman who was in a financial debt. She was in a bind and she was trying to find a Nate. But this Nate really was there to steal her business. And I know she mentioned that this is somebody else that took advantage of her. You got to understand, it's kind of like her business is her livelihood, right? If she doesn't want to lose her only livelihood, something she created 20 plus years ago, she's probably going to go into a mode of desperation. That's what people do. And when you go into a mode of desperation and you need help, you're probably going to run into a shark or a snake. So I'm pretty sure she was taking advantage the first time she was taking advantage of, probably financially. And then here come these two young girls, saw how much the traffic was going in and out and realized, oh, we can swindle this business from her. And that is wrong to me, okay? Now, that happened. The young ladies responded and said that they only responded for X, Y, and Z. Now, the lady, Chef Marilyn, has responded as well. And please let me say this, because I see that somebody posted on here. I see this caption. Is it bad business or misunderstanding of business and paperwork? Let's just say it is. And this is why morality has to come in, Black America. Let's just say it is. For instance, if you buy me and you got $1,000 in your purse, right? Let's just say you left your purse open and then you walked away. Or I'll give you one better. Let's say you got $1,000 in your purse, and as you walk in, the $1,000 fell out. Let's just go with that. The $1,000 fell out your bag. Morally, I should stop you and say, hey, ma'am, you dropped your money. But legally, I don't have to tell you shit. Legally, socially, it is my right to pick that money up and walk away with it, right? This is where morality comes in. Now, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong for either way, whether I take the money or tap the lady and say, hey, you dropped this money. What I am saying is, even if it was the lady not understanding her own business and paperwork, the morality is still not there. Why are you trying to take from your own people? Black America, you already fighting the whole world. It's already Black Americans versus everybody else. My question to Black America is, when we talk about morality, can we at least practice it amongst our own people? Like, it's not a laughing matter and cool that this lady got swindled out of her business. Because if y'all laugh and promote that, then you can't get mad when the Arab and the Asian and the cracker do it. You got to eat that. We already battling the whole world. Why are we battling each other? Again, even if, let's say legally they did everything under the book right, and this lady just had an oversight and missed her business. Morally, this is jacked up. And I'm never going to stand behind that. Never. Because what these women did was cold, calculated. It was disgusting. They waited for somebody who really truly needed help and swooped right on in to literally take everything that lady had. And let me tell you something, as a person who's a creative, when you create something, especially this lady who created a business that lasts her 20 years, that fed her for 20 years and been a staple in her community, losing that business is like losing a child. That is still your creation. You see, a lot of us don't have no value systems. That's why everything is for sale. That's why everything we got right now has a price. Everything is for sale. We can have $1 trillion business. If a cracker come along and say, I got $1 million, you niggas get so googly-eyed over money, you're going with it. When you are creative and you create and then somebody swoop in behind you and take your shit, it's no different from somebody kidnapping your kid. That's huge. That's big. But when people don't create, they don't understand that concept. It's it's not no big deal. Just make another one. That's good for you. You should have read your paperwork until it happened to you. I empathize with the lady. Because I'm a creative. And I would hate for somebody to take something I built with my hands for 20 freaking years and then swoop right on in at the 20th year and take it from me. It's called morality. It's called having a heart for your own people. We got to get back to that. We got to get back to it. Just because people can find loopholes through legal ways don't make it right. We don't need to be robbing each other. We need to be banding together and robbing everybody else. That's just me, though. Who am I, I just be talking out the side of my neck. Shut up and listen, though. Now, these people responded. Is this the video where they responded? No. But I think this brother is trying to help this lady get her business back. But let me get to the video where they responded. I didn't want to play that one because it does have music on it. Everybody got to have music on their videos. You niggas get on my nerves. But anyway, I want to play the response the lady had to the women saying that they didn't try to lock her out and things of that nature. I hope I don't get flagged for this music. You know what? If I do, oh well, I don't make no money over this bitch, way. Let's get into it, y'all. Like the video.
Y'all, this your boy Billy Groham, original hood dude. We come to get transparency. We know that she sent the response yesterday. We want you to tell us what's really going on. What's the deal?
My name is Chef Marilyn, and thank you so much for your support. And what I want to do, I want to answer a lot of the things that you might be wondering about. First of all, why was the locks changed on the restaurant that my name is on and on the lease? Nobody called me to tell me that the locks were changed. Number two, I did sign up with them to help me in the restaurant, and a lot of things were misunderstood. I did have outstanding bills, which is true. They did help me with some stuff, okay? My employees were not 2 months or 2 weeks behind. They did offer to help pay the payroll, but they didn't. They said they paid 2 payrolls, the present and catch up the last one. They only gave me $5,000 on each, and both of them were $9,000, which I paid the balance. Secondly, I was supposed to train them. Instead of me training them, they isolated me. They wouldn't let me go shopping. They started ordering stuff that was not needed. They had so much waste. They didn't know how to do things, and they just took control. They pushed me aside. They promised me one thing and did something else. I told them about my outstanding debt that had nothing to do with this restaurant. It had everything to do with the breakfast spot that I spent $150,000 on. It was Chef Marilyn's breakfast spot, which is now Millie's, okay? And I had $40,000 to this day that I still owe, and I was paying weekly on that bill over there. I did let Sierra and Channing know everything that was going on with me. It was all transparent. They forgot that I ran the place. I know how to do the shopping. I know how to do the cooking. They moved me aside and had me working for them. That was not the agreement. They talked to me crazy when I was supposed to get the money in March. We agreed I would get my catering money to pay my outstanding debt because it was hard money. Hard money is not going to the bank, okay? It's outside of the bank. They had nothing to do with that, which we understood. But we had an agreement that I would get my catering, okay? And that my catering would be paid to me right after it was completed. They neglected on that. Had they given me my catering, we wouldn't be like this at all. When I called for my money on Friday and I text them Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they wouldn't even respond. They didn't respond until Monday when they gave me the $2,500. They only gave me $700 and something of my catering, of which they have 3 of my Vallarta checks that they forgot to mention. Okay, that belongs to me. I had Vallarta way before I got into this business. Yes, they came in to help me, but they came in to take over. They didn't come in. They wanted to help me, but they got excited.
They never came to help you, ma'am. They saw you needed help. They had money and said, we about to go take that shit. I'm telling you, they never had zero intention on helping this woman. They did exactly what they intended to do when they got there.
Up until right now, the daily receipts have been coming on my phone. I thought they were good for me. Okay, I really did. But it got too excited with them. They got too caught up on everything and they forgot about me.
What's up, y'all? This your boy, Billy.
It sounds like, listen, there's fault to go on all sides. Yes, the lady probably wasn't up on her business stuff. Yeah, and that's probably what got her. But what we know to be is this. She needed help financially with the business, and these girls came in acting like they were going to do that, and they did the opposite. They literally pushed this lady out of her business. Now to find out that this is due to another location that had issues and financial issues. Now this adds a whole nother situation. Then she talking about they didn't give her the catering and the money from this, that, and the third. Listen, at the end of the day, like the lady said on the first video, they saw all this traffic coming in and out of this building and they saw money. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. They said, we could take this from her. We don't need her here. We already got the clientele. They already got the food. They wasn't even smart enough to at least try to master running the restaurant before they kicked the lady out. They wasn't even smart enough to say, well, at least let's make it a well-oiled machine before we kick the old lady out. That way, when we do the transition, people won't even notice. You get it? No. They got so fixated on chasing the bag. They got so fixated on checks in the bag that they swooped the lady up out of it too quick, and now here we are. You could call it business, and business is cutthroat and it's dirty. I get it, and it's a lot of L's, especially in business, that people who are business owners gonna take. I'm a new business owner, so I know I'm gonna take some L's too. I'm not claiming it, but I already know that come with the territory. But let me say this, bruh. At the end of the day, I'm not talking about business and I'm not talking about nobody else. I'm talking about us. This wrong, bro. This is wrong. This is 100% wrong. I'm not talking about legally and I'm not talking about socially. I'm talking about morally. To have anybody to come in and take this lady's stuff, I tell you what, if they think they're going to ride off into the sunset with this lady business, that's not going to happen. That karma going to hit them very, very hard. Very hard, but ultimately it's wrong, and I'm on the lady's side. I hope she get justice, Chef Marilyn, because like I say, it's not gonna last long for them. They don't have enough. Girl, what they gonna bring to that business? The reason why this lady probably been having this business for 20 years is because she is the main ingredient. We done all been to mom and pop restaurants. Typically, the mom and pop restaurants, you be more closer to the people at the store. Especially if it's like a corner store somewhere in the neighborhood. Girl, you be to know them people for scolds and blows. Years. Especially if they black. That lady done spent all that time in that damn restaurant and these little young hoes done came in there and took her shit. That's all right, though. God sit high and he look low. Yes, he do. He gonna get him. He is definitely gonna get him. Shout out to Chef Marilyn. I really hope things work out for her. For real, for real. But let's move on, y'all. Like the video. That's just messed up, y'all. I feel like sometimes when I be thinking about the world, I be like, am I the only one left still with a heart? Like, and this is the worst part. I know I could be something else. I know my mouth is something else. But when it all boils down and we peel back the layers, I be thinking, I think I'm probably one of the last few people that still got a real heart. Like, that really still genuinely care about other people. I think a lot of people say it and it sounds good. And I think for the most part, they try to live it. But when you pay attention, you realize most people don't give a damn about other people. That's scary. That's very, very scary from my point of view. It's very, very terrifying to me. I just got to say that, you know, that's extremely terrifying because I felt it, but I didn't know it, you know. Thank you, Robin Thicke, for the super chat. It says, Voodoo, did you hear about the FBI prosecuting the Southern Poverty Law Center for paying supremacist groups to stir tension with us in Charlottesville? No. I didn't hear about that. Send me the info on that. This is my first time hearing about this. I didn't hear about it. Thank you, Robin. Thank you for the super chat. One Love Life. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I got popped where I acted out. Hello? Listen, my mom used to come to school and whoop ass. My mama didn't work. She didn't work nowhere else. Let that teacher call. My mama spinning the block on them 2 wheels in that van. Man, watch out. My mama came to school and popped you right there. Hey, this was back when you could whoop your churn ass and you ain't have to worry about going to jail. You know what I'm saying? My mama, soon as let them come. See, everybody else mama used to be at work. So if they call their mama, they got to wait for their mama to get off of work. Not my mama. My mama was at home. Let that teacher call. Oh, she in here? Oh, she's spinning the block on 2 wheels. Skirt. Bitch, I'm in that. I ain't gonna lie. They used to be my little brother. He used to be crying before the whip. And it's like, oh, bitch ass nigga. I remember one time. Bruh, I remember one time we had went to jail in elementary school. I told y'all about this story. We'll talk about it another day. But in elementary school, we went to juvenile hall. We went to jail for trespassing in these people's pool. And I never forget, we got in the back of the police car. And the man was taking us to jail, and I was trying to talk to the man. And I was like, you really gonna take us, sir? I was in 3rd grade. And I was sitting in the back of the car. It was me and all 3 of my siblings and my sister friend. And I was like, you really gonna take us? You really gonna take us? And the man said, I gotta take y'all. We already called it in. Right? I looked next to me, my brother. This nigga crying. I look, man, shut your bitch ass up. Nigga, we already gonna get a whooping. You crying before we even... I swear, listen, this the one I told you I'm gonna donate the body to science. I swear to God. This little nigga, I've been calling him a bitch ass nigga since we were kids. I swear to God. Before my mama knew we was cursing, I'll wait till my mama walk off and be like, oh, bitch ass nigga. This nigga, what you crying for? Shit. We already about to get beat up. We already about to get our ass tore out the frame. Why is you crying before we even get to it yet? Damn. This nigga used to get on my nerves, bro. Like, bitch ass. And look, recently, I ain't gonna say the past 5 years, me and my mama got into it. No, my mama and my brother got into it. And she called me about him. And I said, I've been told you he was a bitch ass nigga. I've been telling you that since I was a kid, he was a bitch ass. Let me stop. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on, y'all. Get the lights up on the video. I was a child, man. I was a grown child. I know I was a grown child. I came here grown. I know it. I already came here as a grown ass woman. Because I just never understood other children. Like, what you crying for, a whole ass nigga? Ow! I'll be quick to call him a hoe ass up before I get a real nigga to bat the piss out you. All right. Let's get into these Africans, y'all. So first of all, let's get into Africans and how they cosplay. There's a video with these Africans getting a makeover for how they want to be down in America. Now, first of all, a lot of Africans are getting a lot of fake locks. A lot of Africans have been getting a lot of fake dreadlocks. Now, what's that boy name? That country music boy, the little fruity looking one, the Nigerian, Pushite, no, not Pushite, Shabuzi. I told y'all, I believe his wigs are fake. I've been told y'all, I believe his wigs are fake. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm paying attention, I'm seeing a lot of Africans are getting the fake locks. And let me tell you why. This is not for all Africans across the board. I can't speak on all Africans across the board, but I can only speak on the ones that I see that come over here. They don't grow long hair. And by and large, Africans don't grow long hair. And by and large, the men don't grow beards. Listen, if you think I'm lying, look it up. The average African, I don't give a damn if he's from North Africa, South Africa, Middle Africa, East or the West. The average African do not grow long hair. I'm talking about the males. They do not grow long hair and they do not grow long beards. Those things are specifically set aside for the Most High's chosen people. I need y'all to pay attention. Those specific things is how the Most High is able to tell his people from all the rest. I remember my mom used to talk about this scripture where God used to say, you're going to go out amongst the world. And I'm paraphrasing, but he also said he understood and knew how to tell his people from all the rest. Mind you, we all black. And when you're walking around blind, you can't see it. But once you wake up, you can see it as clear as day. And now I understand exactly what the Most High was saying. Africans do not, the only thing we really share is melanin. But when you really and truly think about it, they don't grow long hair and they don't grow long beards. The only group of black men, melanated men who do that are black Americans and the black people of the melanated Americas. That's them Caribbeans and that's them South American blacks. If you get off the plane to any island, 90% of them people got hair down to their back. Not just Jamaica. I'm talking about the blacks on the island. When you get off the plane on any of these islands, if you pay attention to the people, the men have be down they bikes. Okay? It's the same thing in Black America because we are a different group of melanated people. They know that. We don't know that. And let me tell you why we don't know it. Because remember, we were indoctrinated under the one drop rule. We believe that all black people are the same. What we know now is that the reason all black, we thought that, or they taught us that, was because that was an easy way for them to steal from us. But the fact of the matter is they are not us. They are completely incapable of doing what we do. I've spoken about it on this channel. But what they know is when they come to America, in order for them to blend in or at least get the benefits that they want, they got to look the part. Now, they'll tell you on Mad Day, I'm not American, I'm not a Black American, I'm Nigerian, I'm this, that, and the third. But yet and still, they like the currency that comes along with the idea of looking, acting, and talking like a Black American. I have a problem with that. So I want to show y'all a bit of a transformation of some of these Africans. They getting wicks now. They done found out how to put the locks in their head, and now they're walking around with locks so that they can literally blend in amongst us, Black America. That's why that is. There's nothing good coming from confusion. These people are literally trying on Black Americanness as a costume. They going to get the dreads, they getting the hair, they get, you know what I'm saying? They getting the clothes, the accent, all of it. This is what they do. It's a way to blend in and destiny swap with you. So be mindful. If you understand the difference between you and these other melanated beings, first of all, I can spot them from a mile away. I can spot them from a mile away. But if you have issues, pay attention to their features. They typically don't grow facial hair and they don't have long hair. If you see one of them, they got all the long hair and little facial hair, you already know. Okay, let's get into it, y'all. Get the lights up. Let me turn the video, the music off. So look at them doing the locks on this boy. Now they about to cut him, give him a lining. You know they don't come with a lining. So now they twisting and now they adding the locks in. Remember, their hair do not grow. Their hair do not grow to do this. Their hair is incapable of growing this long and doing this. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. I told Black America, y'all don't even have the same texture of hair as the African. The African's hair is more 4C. It's more coily and more coarse. Whereas the average Black American have more of a textured wave in their hair. Even the most nappy-headed of us all, our hair textures are completely different. But just like the Asians, yes, they found a way to blend in, be able to step. First of all, you can look at his lining and tell he ain't no nigga. Okay, the lining is the dead giveaway. And they tried to fix that up. But the lining is a dead giveaway. However, that you got to understand that they're walking amongst us trying to be us. Now, I want to show y'all this video where this dude was talking about how Africans, when you go over to Africa, they call you American. But when you come over here, they act like we're all the same. And I told you the reason why they do that is because they know that it's a very good way for them to steal. Remember, the objective is if we got to make them believe we're all in the same game so that they can give us their resources. They're not going to want to share with us if they know that we're different. If they knew that we are something completely different from them, the average person, human being, is not going to want to share with you. So how do we get them to share with us? First, we get the cracker to indoctrinate them to believing that all Black people are the same. And then when we get over there, all we got to do is cosplay and say we are together, my brother. And then they going to go with the move and we'll be able to take any and everything we want. Culture, food, language, restaurants, and they doing it right now. That's why the Essence Festival just had a whole bunch of Africans up there. Howard University had the African takeover. That's exactly how they do it. They integrate and then infiltrate. They know who you are. They over here in America cosplaying and playing in your face. Don't let no African tell you that y'all the same, because they know back at home you are not nowhere near them. Nor would they treat you like that. Let's get into the video.
How come when Black Americans go to Africa, the Africans recognize there's a difference between us and them, and they treat us accordingly? But when Africans come to America, the Africans here say that all Black people in America are African.
It's a kind of game they play, you know, and when they see somebody like you, right, they'll say you're not even Black, you're mixed, right? And they'll try to impose their standards on us, you know, how that works, because they know they don't find a bunch of people that look like you consistently in their countries over there in Central and West Africa. So that's pretty much how that works. But it's just a con game they're playing.
It's definitely a con game. Listen to what the brother said. First of all, they know that y'all not the same. But what he said is when they come over here, they look at you, and because you, first of all, I told y'all that mitochondrial E gene that is only inhabited by Black American women. Get me up here because we got to get deep now. That mitochondrial E gene, that one genetic trait in women that can literally create any and everything in the world is not occupied by every woman. It is only occupied by God's chosen woman, the divine feminine, the Black American, okay? This is why my Black ass could have a baby with another Black ass nigga and the baby be red as this day. Does that make sense? My Black ass could have another baby with a light-skinned nigga and the baby could be darker than both of us because I inhabit what we call the mitochondrial Eve gene. Now, Indoctrination and education lied and told us that that genetic trait belongs to all Black women. That's not true. That is not true. And the way you can prove this is when you go to Africa, most of them have my skin color. You very rarely find them with a lighter tone. And when you do, it's because they have already mixed. They do not have the genetic trait that you do, Black American women. They cannot create the rainbow the way that you can. They know this. This is what they know. They know that you and them is not the same. But remember, it's a cosplay, it's a game, it's a trick. We trying to win over here. So when they come over here and they see you light-skinned and you niggas pick it up. Oh, see, that's because y'all got mixed ancestry. That is not because you have mixed ancestry. The fact of the matter is a lot of light-skinned people have zero mixed ancestry in America. It's just we have the capability of creating any and every color on the rainbow spectrum. And just because I'm light-skinned don't mean that I got white folks in my family. But it does for you, Mr. African. That's exactly what it means for you. Because the Black American woman can do what the African woman cannot. I need y'all to really sit with that for a second. Because this is huge. I know it just sounds like, okay, it's another Joce, it's another lecture, or it's another. No. You got to understand, Black American woman, who the fuck you are. And you are not nowhere near comparable to these other women. You are not. You don't know that. Why you think the psychological warfare been on you so heavy lately? It's the time of the divine feminine. They've been attacking you so heavy, so you won't come into this consciousness. It's you, Black American woman. Only you. It's you. Now, remember, the con game is to make them believe that we're all the same. So they come over here because you don't know who you are. You haven't done your genealogy. So because you don't know who you are and you assume that they do, they come to America and tell you, oh, yeah, you light-skinned because you got mixed ancestry. And because you are ignorant and lazy and refuse to find out who you are, you repeat it. You say, oh, yeah. That's, see, we all got mixed ancestry. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we do not. And being light-skinned in America does not mean you have mixed ancestry. Black Americans come in every shade of the rainbow. It's a magic trick in sorts. Okay? But I'm saying all that to say they cosplaying, and remember, the game is to get you stupid. You don't need to know that they over here really playing in your face to get all your benefits and resources. But now in the last year or so, we've been able to come out and show how they've been stealing all kinds of resources from us. And now they're getting more clever. They're like, oh, hell no, we got to up the ante. So now up in the ante is we got to not only talk like them, we got to start acting like them, dressing like them. We got to start blending in. I also told y'all all these Africans pulling up to these HBCUs, they not there because they love you. They actually resent you. They there because they getting free room and board. They getting free fruit, free food, free books. And they're gonna get a free scholarship to the next school. That's why they're there. That's the only reason they are there. Never forget that, okay? Now, be mindful of that when y'all running across these Africans, y'all. Because they gonna, and then it's the worst part when you tell them that. Oh no, nigga. No, bitch, I know what the fuck going on. Them Africans go all over. Now I want to share this video from this brother. Talking about the Aboriginals of America, because this is a good one to leave off on. So
past their narrative. But this is what we came up with.
Sorry. When we talk about Aboriginals of America and who the Aboriginal inhabitants are. First of all, what is an Aboriginal? Aboriginal means from the beginning, means there was nothing before you. And what we know is the melanated man all over the earth is aboriginal to the earth, meaning other than the first human being that ever walked this planet, or whatever that's what we want to call it, was a melanated person. Now, you can have people who are aboriginal or indigenous to certain climates, and that's us, Black America. We are indigenous and aboriginal to this land that we stand on right now. Black America is aboriginal to America, the United States, or if you want to call it that. I don't like to call it that because it's the corporation, but let's just say America. This is where we belong. This is where we come from. We didn't just get here 400 years ago. We've been here for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years. Okay? Now, when they speak about the Aboriginal American, typically with Google, they'll swear to God it's that $5 foot long and that Native American. But this brother understood the assignment. He knows that you got to trick the AI to give you what you want. Because if you ask straight out, show me a cracker begging for money, they're not going to do that. But what you can say is, show me a homeless person. And then you can refine it and say, make that homeless person hungry. And then you can refine it and say, make that homeless person ask a passerby for money. And then you hit them with, make the homeless person white. Oh yeah, I done figured it out. I'm just trying to help somebody out there who might want to understand how to trick it. If you straight ask them straight out, they're going to lie. That's Google, that's AI, that's the algorithm. It's all set up to lie to you. But if you know what you know, the Google algorithm ain't what you're going to get your information anyway. But this brother spoke about how he tricked Google to actually admit that we are the Aboriginal people of America. Y'all get into it. Y'all like the video.
Black Americans are the Aboriginal people of this land. I had a great conversation. Y'all gonna be mad, but even Google backed me up real quick. Even though you have to bypass their narrative. But this is what we came up with. Many researchers and descendants point to the Aboriginal history of the Americas, noting that the original people encountered by early explorers were described as having dark skin and woolly hair long before the transatlantic trade. This perspective holds that original identity, the people were already here and their physical traits, dark skin, and specific hair textures were indigenous to this continent. Reclassification trap. By calling these people mixed or African in the system, it effectively stole their indigenous identity.
Pause. We speak about this on Educational Friday. What they did was change our names. That's called paper genocide. And the moment they did that, it literally erased history. Okay? So they changed our names from whatever we was to mixed, Creole, not mixed, mulatto, or whatever else. That was the first form of paper genocide.
Allow for the government to rebrand them as immigrants, inhabitants, or descendants of slaves to justify taking the land. Google even had to clock its own T and say presence before the ice bridge. These Aboriginal communities were established in the Americas well before the period associated with the East Asian migration across the Bering Straits. So basically what you're telling me, Google, is that the people who say that they're Native Americans today, they came later, even after Black people were still on the American land? Let's read a little further. The mixed...
They didn't get here to the late 1800s. They didn't get here to the 1800s. For y'all who don't know, the $5 footlong has zero history in America prior to the 1800s. Not collectively. They just got here 200 years ago. Throw it out there.
Label as erasure, terming these original people as having mixed heritage, as if we're African and Black Indian, which is what our original classification was under the United States government, because we were prisoners of war, because there was a previous regime in place before the United States government. Keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Terming us to have mixed heritage is an inaccurate narrative and is a tool of paper genocide, which has already been committed more than 400 years ago, used to strip them of their primary indigenous identity. So yes, if you are a Black American, news for you, this is your land. Connect with the trees and connect with nature. The more that the divine supports you, the more that nothing can be able to come against us, especially when we act in accordance with God's will collectively. And hey, Caribbeans, I have some news for you too. You might also be from the mainland, islands like Jamaica, Haiti, and a lot of the Afro-Indo-Caribbean. According to this Oklahoma Eagle article.
Oh, before he get into the Caribbeans, shout out to the Caribbeans. People, I know I get flack from some Black Americans. They be like, Voodoo, you be helping up for the Caribbeans. It's not that I'm helping up for the Caribbeans. I understand who the Caribbeans are. The Caribbeans are really like our first cousins for real. Listen, I get it. They got a lot of Caribbeans in America because the ones on the land, on the islands, don't be on that type of time. But what I understand is who they are in this story. And a lot of them have a lot of ancestry on this land, and some of us may have some ancestry on that. On their land. And the reason is because, remember, we spoke about the intra-American slave trade. If y'all haven't heard about it, you need to go look it up. On the intra-American slave trade, they were transferring people from North America to South America to from Washington, D.C., and then put you in New Orleans. Or they might take you from Jamaica and put you in Barbados. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to say that Black Americans aren't Black Americans, because we are. What I'm telling you is the Caribbean is also an extension, a part of who we are. But that's why they look like us with the long hair. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of them have a lot of our features. We are different, obviously, because we are our own peculiar set of people. But they are the next closest thing to us. And when they renamed them, that was also paper genocide, because they had to rename them. Because they could not be African and we be African. We all had to be African. That's how they changed the narrative on your identity. And then hundreds of years later, you don't know who the hell you are.
It says tens of millions of Black Americans, or rather Indians, who disappeared after 1492 did not all die in the Holocaust inflicted within America. Every European nation that colonized North America utilized Indian slaves. And if you know anything about Black America, you would realize that Indian was originally our original classification. Yes, even people who had tight coiled hair, our original status in
the original Indian looked like this young boy right here. Let's be clear, because we've gotten in our head that the original Indian was the long, black, cold hair. No, that's a mixed breed. The original Indian is a nigger. Copper skin tone, nappy hair, dreadlocks, afro. That's the original Indian. Yes, just like you. I'll show you a picture for y'all who don't understand what the original Indian looked like. Look, this is a photo of the original Indian. Does that make sense? Get it out your head that it's got to be somebody with the long hair and the pretty, with the two pigtails. Now, that is part of it. That is part of it. But the original Indian is a nigger. You see it? That's the original Indian. Please get that whole crap out of your head that the original Indian looked like that, because that's also a way to take you off of your identity and who you are. Okay?
The United States regime was Indian. Black Americans were reclassified and renamed over 230 times, from plethoras of names like American Indian, Afro-Indigenous, Indigenous American, over 200 times. And this was our status in that context. And so when they say North America utilized Indian slaves, they're speaking about Black Americans, yes, for construction, plantations, and mining on the North American continent, but more frequently in their outposts in the Caribbean and in the metropolis of Europe, meaning that these Indians were taken from the mainland of America, shipped all around the West Indies and to Europe, back to Africa and back to America, which would leave room for some Africans potentially to be in the American transatlantic slave trade, please excuse. But the majority of the people...
Let me be clear. The Africans, listen, I don't think they brought any Africans here. I'm going to be honest. I can't prove it, but I don't think one African ever touched this soil. They didn't have to. Think about it. It's niggas all over. Why would we go get an African? Think about the African you know today. Just think about one fresh off the boat. What the African gonna do when he get here? I'll wait. Now, if you said a Mexican, I could see it. Because at least a Mexican has a wired mind to just get straight to work. What the hell would they do with an African fresh off the boat in America? He don't know how to tend to the land. He don't speak the language. He don't have no familiarity to nothing. Why would they go get an African? I don't think one African ever touched this soil when them people came here, unless they came on the boat with the conquistadors. Other than that, I don't think an African never came in. I think it was a way for them to put that in the narrative so that we can be confused about who we are. Because right now, the Africans are not the best worker bees. No shade. Yeah, they'll open up a restaurant and they drive the hell out of a cab. But when you're talking about working in production, the African is not the best productive soldier. He's just not. You get more production out the Mexican. You see what I'm saying? So be mindful of that. Because see, they like to throw you the hijack.
Especially those that had worked on the mainland are indigenous Americans, Black indigenous Americans, Aboriginal people of the United States of America. So if you are seeing this and you are feeling it in your soul that, yes, this is my identity, this is your sign to connect with the divine, connect with God, connect with your nature, and allow yourself to sit in your identity of someone who is literally native to the land that you are standing on right now.
The Indian is in the mirror, man. Listen. This is why I tell y'all to just do your genealogy, because I can say this till I'm blue in the face. Your genealogy is going to tell you everything you need to know. It's going to debunk all that stuff you learned at school, and it's going to tell you everything you need to know. This is why every day I come on here and say, Black America, do your genealogy. Black America, do your genealogy, because I know once you do that genealogy, it's going to change your perspective on everything you've ever known. There's a huge connection between us and the Caribbean because we are that. Remember, I said about the Hebrews. I said the Hebrews running over there talking about the people in the 12 tribes when I told them the tribe was over here. You know how crazy it is now that I thought about it yesterday with the Hebrew 12 tribe chart? They think that the Native American is a part of the 12 tribes. And the only reason they believe that is because they know that the indigenous American was supposed to be one of God's chosen people. But they don't understand that the Native American is not a part of the 12 tribes. Them is a bunch of $5 foot-long Siberian Huskies. You are the Native American in your own tribe chart. Girl, listen, I don't want to argue with the Hebrews. Not about to argue with the Hebrews, but I'm just telling you what it is. You niggas is going everywhere for all of the people in your tribe, and the tribe is in the mirror. Man, watch out. The tribe in the mirror. But neither here nor there. Neither here nor there, because I'm not going that far. I'm saying all that to say, I understand the history and what happened. And what I know is, we on this side of the Western world, that's why they call this the Western world. Us on this side, we different. That's why everybody leaving the east side and coming to the west side. Does that make sense? Literally, everybody is leaving off the east side of the world, the map, and they all trying to come to the west side. Ask yourself why. If everything great is on the east side in Africa, then why are you crackers and niggas trying to come over here to the west side? Because it ain't nothing great over there. It's dead over there. Life, viability, and culture, and everything that's vibrant is over here in North America, Canada, the United States, Mexico, the Caribbean, South America. That's where the livelihood is. See, they lying to you, telling you it's over there. Meanwhile, everybody coming over here. That's the hijack. Pay attention, Black America. Do your genealogy. That's all I can tell you to do. Because if you don't do genealogy, I can talk till I'm blue in my face. You will not understand where I am coming from. So please, Black America, if you don't do anything else, do your genealogy. I think that's about it. Natasha Holiday, thank you so much for the super chat. Says I pay attention. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. Now I'm about to hop up off of here. I do have to do Love and Hip Hop. And if I get a chance, I'll come back. If not, I won't. Anyways, tomorrow is Educational Friday. Make sure y'all pull up, pull over, and pop out for that. And we also will have the Morning Joce tomorrow as well. I appreciate being here with y'all. Love y'all down to the ground. And I will catch y'all on the next one. If you ever done it, or if I've ever given you anything, advice, anything to help you, the only thing I ask is that you never pay me back. Just simply pay it forward. I love y'all. Love on each other. And peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big you. The voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.